Black Adam, a hit or miss? Warner Bros. Black Adam opened with an estimated $67 million, in step with studio estimates Sunday, handing Dwayne Johnson his largest box office weekend as the main guy and launching the DC Comics man. Black Adam turned into a $200 million bid to dissatisfy the power stability in a DC extended universe ruled by Batman and Superman. Despite the massive draw of Johnson performing in his first superhero movie, the $67 million debut fell properly shy of that stratosphere. Still, Black Adam controlled the best commencing weekend since Thor: Love and Thunder debuted with $143 million in July. Hey guys, welcome back to your own Marvel universe, where we talk about Marvel's latest news, cast, and releases. Today we will analyze if the Black Adam starring Dwayne Johnson took the hit or missed the spot. Be ready for all the stats and reviews, and stick to the end of this video. Black Adam, which stars Johnson as a historic Egyptian summoned to the current day, turned drastically hobbled through negative reviews. 40% sparkling on Rotten Tomatoes by the record. Moviegoers have been kinder, giving the movie a B+ cinema score. It collected $73 million worldwide for a $140 million international haul. Black Adam took a circuitous path to attain theaters. The cinematic piece had firstly been deliberate to release as a villain in 2019's Shazam. Earlier than executives pivoted to offer Black Adam a standalone feature. The goofier Shazam, which fee nearer to $100 million to make, opened with $53.5 million in price tag income and wound up in overreaching fulfillment with $366 million worldwide. The stakes have been better for Black Adam, though. While selling the movie, Johnson hasn't been timid about his preference to observe Black Adam with a showdown with Superman. But whether or not the receipts for Black Adam are sufficient to warrant that stays unclear. Jeff Goldstein, distribution leader for Warner Bros., celebrated the effects as a non-public exceptional for Johnson outdoor of the Fast and Furious films, and a PG-13 movie with broad primarily based attraction totally that audiences replied to higher than critics. Still, it is a time of transition for Warner Bros. Reorganizing DC unit, because the studio seeks more incredible Marvel-sized successes. In March, next on the faucet is Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Goldstein, the distribution chief for Warner Bros., said, "It's all about making good movies. It's all about finding the right scripts. Our studio is going through a major revamping of our production leadership, style, and approach. I think that we'll be able to crack this nut. We're focused on doing that." Ticket to Paradise, the Bally-set romantic comedy starring Julia Roberts and George Clooney, proved clever counter-programming. The Universal Pictures launch debuted with $16.3 million, above current income for rom-com, which have struggled in recent years on the field office. Earlier this month, Universal's R-rated Bras, an LGBT milestone with inside the genre, debuted with a disappointing $4.8 million. The movie not only flopped but earned less than the budget itself. Ticket to Paradise had a tremendous benefit in its stars and appealed primarily to older audiences. The studio stated that 64 of price tag customers have been 35 and up. Jim Orr, the head of distribution for Universal, said, "It has become an occasion movie for all audiences this weekend. However, mainly for older audiences that may be hard to get into theaters. We all recognize that it is a demographic institution that does not precisely run out to watch movies starting the weekend. That offers us excellent encouragement for the weeks and months ahead." Paul Dergarabedian, the senior media analyst for Fax Corporation Comscore, stated it became the primary weekend with a $65 million opener and more significant than $100 million in basic home price tag income on account that July. That becomes largely owed to super mega celebrity power, he stated, with inside the attraction of both Ticket to Paradise and Black Adam with Johnson. Dergarabedian stated, "He became the engine that certainly drove this field workplace, no matter a few headwinds and phrases of the DC logo, and this now no longer being as recognized a character. This is a robust place to begin for Dwayne Johnson, with inside the blend of DC Comics. He's like a field workplace supercharger. 40% Rotten Tomatoes, however, humans simply need to look at Dwayne Johnson on the huge display screen because he is larger than life. Last week's pinnacle film, Halloween Ends, dropped vastly in its 2-day weekend. The Universal horror sequel, which became concurrently launched on Peacock, declined 80% with $8 million. Meanwhile, Paramount Pictures' Smile persisted in defying the standard declines for horror releases. With $4 million in its 4th week of freedom, Smile got here in 1/3 and boosted its typical home income to $84.3 million. As more fabulous acclaimed awards contenders land in theaters, Searchlight Pictures' The Banshees of Inisherin commenced its run with one of the exceptional per-theater averages of the year. The Martin McDonagh drama, starring Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, opened with $181,000 in 4 theaters for a per-theater common of $45,250. For a 24, Charlotte Wells' Aftersun, starring Paul Mescal and Frankie Corio as a father and daughter on vacation, additionally debuted solidly in 4 theaters with a $16,589 per theater common. Estimated price tag income for Friday through Sunday at US and Canadian theaters, in step with ComScore. Final home figures might be launched Monday, 3 weeks after the release of Black Adam and Dwayne Johnson topping the box office every day. The latest DC flick has sailed the ship of success when it comes to its collection. It got off to a good start and became The Rock's biggest opening. This film introduces Johnson to his DCEU and brings back his fan-favorite superhero, Superman. For starters, Henry Cavill has a small cameo appearance in his credits scene at the film's end. This may be the biggest driving force that attracts people to the theater. Now Black Adam hits another milestone at the box office. According to Box Office Mojo, his worldwide collection has exceeded $300 million, and now he is at $319 million. These consist of his $182 million abroad and his $137 million domestically in North America. While superhero films are normally front-loaded, some Black Adam markets notice the best moderate drops. College Vacations helped in components of Europe. Among the standouts is France with 19%, the Netherlands with 25%, Germany with 27%, and the UK with 38%. The Dwayne Johnson star ranked number 1 in 60 foreign markets such as France, Germany, Spain, the UK, Australia, Indonesia, Taiwan, Brazil, and Mexico. In IMAX, it added $2.3 million to its foreign places, hauled this consultation for an offshore cum of $8.2 million and $18 million international with inside the format. The John Collett Sarah directed percent has a chunk of the runway in advance earlier than Black Panther. Wakanda Forever receives going and nonetheless has Japan to launch on December 2nd. There is presently no phase of a China launch. We are estimating a global end of around $400 million. While Black Adam has been a much-wanted tentpole salve after a fallow duration, or even if it is now no longer blowing the doorways off, different titles are persevering on their merry trajectory. To wit, Paramount's Smile added $7 million from 62 foreign places markets this weekend with 35%, and is nearing $100 million offshore with $93.6 million via Sunday. Globally, it is at 186 and has to cross $200 million with inside the coming weeks. Meanwhile, Sony's Lyle Crocodile has crewed to $50.6 million international. This weekend changed into exactly $6 million in 40 foreign places markets, down 12% with inside the holdovers. Internationally, and with numerous majors to come, it is at $18 million. Also notable, Searchlight's The Banshees of Inisherin had exact midweeks with inside the UK after debuting the final weekend, and noticed a drop of simply 18% with inside the market. The cum so far there is $4.8 million. Elsewhere, with inside the reliably dynamic Korean market, new films open this weekend. Yoon Jong-suk's crime mystery Confession earning $1.74 million, and Lee Ilham's drama, Remember, making $1.68 million. Assuming the stats of Black Adam standing alone or in comparison with other movies, do you think it was a hit or miss? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to Marvel Universe and press the bell icon to get instant updates. See you in the following video. Till then, stay safe.